Hey, I'm about to show you how to make real easy shrimp and pork egg foo young because sometimes your weeknight dinners need a change up. First, we'll get all of our mise en place ready. So we're gonna crack 8 eggs into a bowl. Then in a separate bowl, I have about 2 mounded cups of shredded cabbage. This 2 cups can be any mixture of vegetables that you like. You can also chop it to whatever size that you like. Then I have 1 whole bunch of green onions that I have cut into about 1-inch sticks. You can also slice these as small as you want. This is just easy. Then I have 2 to 3 pieces of chopped bacon that I've just marinated in a splash of soy sauce. Then a dozen shrimp that I have cleaned and minced with a knife. We're gonna give this a mix and set it aside. Before we cook anything, we gotta make our famous brown gravy. So you're gonna peel about this much ginger. You can do it with your knife, or you can just do it with a regular spoon. With a piece of ginger like this, I'll cut it in half first, give it a whack, run your knife through it. You don't have to drive yourself crazy. 4 garlic cloves, give them a whack. Then you're gonna mix together about 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, about 1/4 cup of oyster sauce. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This recipe uses cornstarch in 2 different ways. This first one is gonna thicken our sauce, but you can't just dump cornstarch into a hot liquid because it will pearl and you'll get lumps of cornstarch in there. So you need to mix it into a cold or room temperature liquid first, like we have here, or you can even use water. Stir this up, make sure there's no cornstarch lumps, and I'll meet you over at the stove. In a pan over low to medium heat, you're gonna add a tablespoon or 2 of oil, then our garlic and ginger. Cook this for about 20 to 30 seconds, or just until it becomes nice and fragrant. Then add 1 quart of chicken stock. Bring this to a simmer, we'll turn the heat off, and we'll come back to this. A pinch of black pepper. Now we're gonna have our second addition of cornstarch. Remember, we can't just dump it in there. So we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of water to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And you'll feel the cornstarch dissolve into the water, but you want it to resemble whole milk or half and half. Into our eggs. And because we have a lot of garnishes going into our eggs, this cornstarch is gonna give our eggs structure as it cooks and help everything hold together. Then we go in with all of our cabbage, our bacon, our shrimp. Then in a pan over relatively high heat, maybe the low side of high, you're gonna add plenty of oil. This is maybe 1/4 cup. Do a little test batch. See how it puffs and foams around the edges? This is what you want. In we go, right down the center. And if you want more of like a thinner pancake shape, just do this in a couple different batches. And don't worry, for the sake of yourself and for your house, we are not gonna flip this. You'll see this start to turn golden brown around the edges. We're gonna go into a 425-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes or until this all sets up. While that's in the oven, we're gonna bring our sauce back to a simmer, give our soy, oyster, and cornstarch a little stir, bring this back to a simmer. Once it simmers, it's gonna be as thick as it's gonna get. So if you want it thicker, you can add more cornstarch, but remember, you gotta dilute it in equal parts water again. Let this simmer for about 10 seconds, cut the heat off, and add about 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil. I think we're ready to eat. When this is done, it's gonna sort of puff up in the center, and it'll feel firm and cooked. Let this set up for about 5 minutes, cut it into however many servings you want, sauce it, maybe some green onions, and follow me if you love making takeout at home.